The Plateau State House of Assembly has elected a 30-year-old Gabriel Dewan as its new speaker. Well, Dewan, a member of the Young Progressives Party, gained his new position after the resignation of former Speaker Moses Sule. Gabriel Dewan joins us live in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. Definitely are in order. Number one, I mean, you're of the minority of parties.
Of course.
Of the YPP.
Yeah.
Young Progressives Party in the 24-member assembly there in Plateau State. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
The circumstances that brought, led to your emergence. Maybe you want to help us understand what led to the resignation of the previous speaker, first of all.
First, Ngozi, thank you so much. Thank you, listeners. Good evening, Nigerians. First, I want to thank God Almighty, the giver of life, and the creator. Basically what I have to say about my predecessor, Right Honorable Moses Sule, is, when assembly is constituted, all the 24 of us have equal right. Everybody is qualified to be a speaker. And Right Honorable Moses Thomas Sule was elected to lead the 10th assembly. And as he rightly said yesterday, his resignation was born out of personal decisions, personal wishes, not under any duress or any circumstances. Neither was he compelled to resign from his office. And it was after his resignation and the assembly deemed fit to entrust the mantle of the leadership on me. And I gladly take it, because just as my constituent elected me, and as I resumed the assembly on the 13th of June, I was also made a principal officer, and as a legislator, I was always ready for anything. And when I was elected, I take the mantle of leadership with
I think it's just not you that's happy. Quite a number of young Nigerians are also excited and happy to see that Gabriel Dewan, in his early 30s, is the number 3 citizen of Plateau State. Now, let us in on what is expected of the assembly that you are leading in the 10th sphere now.
You expect nothing from the 10th assembly than unity. If you have been following the terrain of the assembly since inception, I'm alone in the assembly. PDP have 16, APC have 7, and I've always been the unity voice among the two parties. In an assembly where you have 2 major political parties with more members, you always expect contrary view, opposition view. But since I'm a one-man gang, I see myself as a unity voice among them. Right. That's why most often, whenever debate arose in the chamber, whenever I rise, I try to, to balance the equation, not to side with either the APC or the PDP. But, in legislature, the day we were sworn in, issue of political party ended. But as party people, you can never take that sentiment from the hearts of every legislature, because everybody bear in mind where he or she is coming from.
But looking at the numbers, are you worried? Aren't you worried? Because looking at the numbers, anything untoward, because you don't have the number on your side politically speaking. So how are you going to run the affairs of your colleagues? I
wasn't appointed. I was elected by the same colleague of mine. So why should I be worried? If they didn't like me, or if they deem it fit that I'm not capable to lead them, they couldn't have elected me in the first instance. So I so much believe that my lifespan as the speaker depends on my leadership progress and how I manage the assembly.
So, exactly how long do you think you can actually manage to remain this one-man gang against the forces of the majority? I mean, PDP, just like you said, has 16. The APC has 7. Are you sure you're not likely to tilt one way or the other, especially towards the governing party, the APC?
Well, basically, I represent a constituency, and I don't have any right to decide on my own to decamp or cross carpet. But if need arises, I have to consult widely, especially with my electorates. If those who elected me, if they deem it fit that, Honorable, it's time you align with this party. For the respect I have for them, for holding that mandate they bestowed on me.
Are you seeing that handwriting on the wall that it just might happen?
For now, I haven't seen any handwriting yet because my electorates still insist that they elected me not because of the platform, but because of my personality. And I'm afraid if today I decamp, I may lose their trust.
Right. So what's your priority for, I mean, you say you are unifying, you are the unifying voice. But what would be your priority in terms of not just unifying the assembly, but how are you going to be leading that assembly in terms of bills, laws, you know, and what have you? What are your priorities?
You see, legislatures, our primary function is to make laws. Not just making laws, not just anyhow law, but laws that have direct bearing on the lives of our citizens.
Are there specific ones you have in mind right now?
Yes, of course.
That you want to push?
I hope as you're in Nigeria, you know the issues we are facing in Plateau, especially when it has to do with issue of security. That is the paramount issue we are facing in the Plateau. And as a speaker, I think the first bill that is going to be my primary concern is this anti-grazing law, because Plateau is becoming a flashpoint where you always have crisis all the time. And you see, there is this wrong narration that people are displaying outside that farmers and herders always clash on the Plateau. But in the real sense of it, there is nothing like farmers herders clashes on the Plateau. What we're having on the Plateau is a situation where the farmers are sleeping, the marauders come over the night, wipe them, kill, maim, and go away. You can't call that one clash. We can only be clash if maybe the farmers are going to their farm, the herders are heading and we meet and fight. But a situation whereby people come overnight, kill our people, maim, burn houses, if crops like maize and other crops that are growing, they use cutlasses and cut it down just to make the citizens suffer. You don't call that one farmers herders class. So for me, I think the first bill we're going to pursue is to ensure that we ban open grazing in such a way that even there are some indigenous of Plateau who are into rearing of cows and other animals. Let them go into ranching, so that will help us checkmate the excesses of those criminals hiding under farmers herders clash to kill our people.
Well, it's a good place for us to leave it. Once again, I'd like to congratulate you, Dewan, Gabriel. Many thanks.